Well, I think with that you need a good balance of hard work and rest. I think our off-ice management team is working a lot with the players before and after practice and games to ensure injury prevention and to make sure they're getting the proper diet and fluids back in their system. I'm a big believer in quality over quantity, so we try to do high-paced practices for the 60-65 minute mark max to ensure they're recovering for the next day. Yeah, I think youth is a big part of your team. It not only brings energy, but that stamina, and I think we have a great academy relationship here, and I think throughout the season I'll be using a lot of the young players, giving them a lot of valuable minutes throughout the season in the games. No, I think obviously I've coached before in Czechsarda. There are 3 Romanian teams, very high caliber, talented, deep rosters. So definitely big challenges for us, but that's why we play the game. I think as far as strategy, we prepare the same way versus every team, and that's to win. So it comes with pre-scouting, analyzing after games. But as far as treating the Romanian games any different than the Hungarians, I don't think so. Yeah, I try to break down the season into small-term segments. We do 6-game segments, so with the 36-game regular season, break it down into 6 games, and for that we want to try to hit that 4-win mark, so 12 out of every 18 points. Anything above that we consider a positive, anything below then we consider it a fail segment. But that's kind of how we prepare. We prepare daily, each game to win, but then we can break down the season into those small 6-game segments, kind of evaluate, analyze. Victor and I, Mark, the goalie coach, we can analyze where our weaknesses were, where our strengths were, and where we need to improve. Yeah, I think when I played, I was a hard, a gritty two-way player, and I always want my players to work equally hard on the defensive side of the puck as on the offensive side. We want to be a puck possession team, put a lot of pucks on net, but our first mindset is defending, play tough in front of our goal. I think games are won and lost in front of the 2 net fronts. Yeah, obviously a few of those guys left to the national team early on in our training camp, so I got a first glance at them. Obviously a high talented group of young athletes, and the ones that remained here are very, very impressed actually with the caliber and the talent level of our young guys. And like I mentioned earlier, they're going to be a huge part of our roster, and they bring a lot of energy to our lineup. Yeah, well, I've traveled to 2 different leagues, 2 different levels. I think you can gain experience from every year, whether it's a positive or a failure. And as long as you keep evolving as a coach and keep learning and growing, I had the opportunity to work with Mannheim's organization in the Dell. I was in Hellbron in the Dell too. So got an opportunity to work with some high caliber coaches there in that system, doing prospect camps in the off season. And as long as you keep building and learning and evolving with the game, I think it's changing every year. It's becoming faster, more, obviously with the off-ice training evolving too. It's the players are a lot stronger, more powerful, skating faster. So you just got to keep up with the pace of the game. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about the derby and the rivalry with Ferencváros, and I'm very excited for that. I think our game, like our team, is tailor-made for the derby and playoffs. We've added a lot of character guys and grit, so definitely looking forward to that first one. Well, like I said before, we're planning on competing for the championships, but we come to the rink daily to improve as an individual, to improve as a group, and then week by week, month by month, those small 6-month segments, we'll see where we need to improve on. So when we hit the playoff championships, that we're ready to go. I think to compete and battle for all 3 trophies, and then we take it 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time. I think the majority of the Hungarian roster, or if not all the Hungarian roster, was set before I arrived. And then all the imports, for the exception of Ian McNulty, I've coached before. And I had an opportunity to coach against him last year, so that's why he was a key asset for me to bring to the team. But I've had previous relationships with all the other imports. Yeah, it was an unfortunate year last year, but I think you learn and grow from disappointment and failure. And my time in Glasgow, I thought we got off to a really good start, but we were riddled with the injury bug all season. By far the highest amount of man games lost in the whole league, and not just any player. It was all impact key players that had long-term injuries, so it was tough for any consistency, for us to build on. And then towards the end of the year, we obviously, we had key guys out injured, but then we ran into a tough goalie situation, made it tough to make the playoffs. But like I said before, no hard feelings with Glasgow. I had a great time there, and I think you learn from your disappointment and failures. Well, I think with the game growing, being faster, I think you have to play an aggressive style and eliminate time and space. And throughout the regular season and getting your team to where it needs to be heading into the playoffs, I think you see all championship teams have a gritty, tough character element. So I think it's important to play that way throughout the whole year. Well, I think we have a good core group of young defensemen. And I would like to see how they develop and start the season. And then I think based on the point system, we still have room to add a few import players if we need to, based off injury, or if we feel we're not strong enough in one position. So I think that'll be reevaluated after the first 8 to 10 games. Yeah, all Ute fans, I appreciate all the questions. Feel free anytime. We can do this once a month. Looking forward to seeing a packed house for our home opener. See you all soon.